I was raised in a very close family. Growing up, I always wanted to be a mom.
When me and Jim met in school, we knew from the beginning that we wanted to be parents someday. We're both healthy adults, and we thought, kids are our next step. We thought, this is going to be no problem.
We decided to do carrier screening. At the time, I was a nurse at a fertility center, and I really felt that it was the responsible thing to do. I wanted to do that just for reassurance. Then when we got our carrier screening results, it was a little bit surprising. Nobody expects to carry a genetic disease that could, be devastating to their child. We were both carriers for Smith-Lemli-Opitz syndrome, or SLO syndrome.
The test came back and showed us that we had a 1 out of 4 chance of having a child with the syndrome.
SLO syndrome is an inherited condition in which the body's ability to make cholesterol is impaired. Individuals born with SLO syndrome can experience mild to severe intellectual disability. They can be born with cleft palate. They can be born with heart and kidney defects. And I remember talking with my husband about it. I said, well, 1 in 4 chance, that's a lot. We chose to do IVF with genetic screening on our embryos to avoid passing SLO syndrome on to our children.
Looking back on it now, we're a success story, I guess you'd say. Yeah, we hit a bump in the road, but we do have 2 healthy kids, a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old.
Now that we have our 2 healthy children, we feel completely blessed. We feel so just happy. It's, a feeling of completion. When my patients say, well, what about this carrier screening? Should I do it? I can say, hey, I did it. I'm glad I did it. And I absolutely recommend that you would do it. I always remind patients that this is recessive genetic diseases, so there doesn't have to be a family history.
The reason why we want to tell our story is just maybe to give people a ray of hope. I know it could be scary to find out that you may be a carrier for something genetically, but why not go through the test?
We have talked with our family members and explained to them what we had gone through, the fact that we did do the carrier screening, what our results were, and encouraged them to consider that before they had families. For us, there was just no question. We knew what we needed to do to have healthy children, and that's what all parents want. Everybody thinks, oh, I want my kid to be a doctor, I want my kid to be a lawyer, and really, you just want your kids to be healthy.